Hello everybody, welcome to my jewelry box. Today we're going to do a video that I've recorded 3 times, but something always happened. But I've got my software down now. I'm ready to do this. So we're going to do the quick and easy and beautiful beaded bezel, and it fits a 13 by 18 rectangular fancy stone or oval fancy stone. And it makes a great component for all kinds of jewelry. Um, you can use it as a base to add on to it, to keep on bezeling, adding whatever design you want. Or you can use it as is and put a band or a ring band or a bracelet bands. Or there's a lot of different things you can do with this bezel. It just holds the stone, and then the rest is up to you. When I first started beading, I had a hard time finding, a bezel for a rectangular stone. And so this bezel is very versatile. I brought out a few stones, Swarovski oval fancy stones in different colors or rectangular. I just brought out the crystal today in the rectangular, but as you can see, the ones that are bezeled, they're an aqua AB or a bohemian something or other. And I brought out some black 3mm bicones, but I'm not going to use those. I chose, in the spirit of the season, I chose a red Swarovski. Let's see, what color was that? It is scarlet. And then a crystal AB times 2, full AB, and a mint green. All the decorations that I've been seeing in my local craft store mainly are not the traditional green with red and white, but this mint color green. So, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful together. Alright, and so we're going to need 14 3mm bicones, some 11 seed beads, and a 13 by 18 millimeter fancy stone, oval or rectangular. I got a size 10 beading needle and about a wingspan of 8-pound or 6-pound firline. I got a stop bead on with about a 6 to 8 inch tail, just enough to sew in. And I'm going to try to stay in frame. I've just got a small area here since I've got to be so close up to be able to see. Let me move these over a little to the side. Let me move this out of the way so it doesn't stop it. Alright, so we're going to do a little right angle weave. Pick up 4 11 seed beads. Bring them down to the stop bead. Go up from the stop bead up, the last bead closest to the stop bead, the first bead we added, go up, take your needle up through that bead and pull. Cinch it down to the stop bead. That's what we have. A little right angle weave unit. As a matter of fact, let's reinforce that. Let's just go down through Let's go all around and reinforce this unit since it's the first. One at a time so it doesn't lose its shape. My voice is going to be a little scratchy and stuff today. Believe it or not, I don't know if in the wintertime allergies get worse, but my eyes are watering. My voice is cracking, and anyway, just please disregard my voice today. Alright, so once we get that all reinforced and cinched down close to the stop bead, we're going to pick up a 3mm bicone and 4 more 11/0 seed beads. Pull them down, needle up through that very first closest to the bicone seed bead and pull. Cinching down as close as you can so you don't see any string. And that's what we have. We have 2 right angle units with a bicone in between. Pick up a 3mm bicone and 4 more 11/0 seed beads. Pull them down. Needle up through the very first one closest to the bicone. And pull them down, cinch them up close as you can to that bicone, all close together. And that's 3 units. And let's say 3 units with a bicone in between. I'll do one more with you. Pick up a 3mm bicone and 4 11/0 seed beads. Needle up through the very closest to the bicone. Pull those down, slide them up close. Alright. And that's what we have. Alright, I'm going to send you off on your own. Keep doing this until you've used 13 bicones and you've got a right angle weave unit on each end. And I'll be back to show you what to do next. Alright. Okay, I'm back, and this is what we have. And I've zoomed in pretty close so that way you can see. I might have used the bad color for vision. for visual for you all. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick up, we've got 13 bicones total with a right angle weave unit on both ends. We're going to pick up one bicone, and then we're going to come down to the tail end by your stop bead, and we're going to needle up through the very first 11-0. We're going to bring this into a circle. So we're going to go through the 11-0. We're going to go in however many beads through our thread path, our natural thread path, the one that we went through. However many beads we can get the first time, and then pull it into a circle. Okay, I just got a couple there. And just pull it into a circle. Let's see, where is the tail thread? Make sure your tail thread don't get in your way. Just try to keep it out of the way. Alright. Now, we're coming out of... So we just want to go clear around, reinforcing until we go 1 or 2 beads past the stop bead. It's hard for me to even see these beads. But just make sure you don't skip any, because that will cause you trouble. I've done it. Just continue to go around reinforcing. And I'll come back as soon as we're done reinforcing. We're going to be coming out of a bicone. When we start the next row, we'll be coming out of bicone. So just keep reinforcing around and go right past the stop bead, and make sure you're coming out of a 3mm bicone. Okay? I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I forgot to say that we need 15 O's. Okay? And I'll put that down in the description box. Everything I forget, I'll put down in that bit in the description box. So always go down there and read. Alright, so we're coming out of the 3mm bicone. Any 3mm bicone you want to come out of, it doesn't matter. That's our starting point. You're going to pick up an 11-0 seed bead, and we're going to jump over into the next 3mm bicone. See that? And pull. And make sure your 11-0 goes on the right side of the the side and the spot where you want it to be, and then pick up another 11-0 and jump from this bicone, 3mm bicone that you're coming out of. Geez, you can't get it. There we go. Over to the next 3mm bicone. Pick up another 11-0. Jump from the 3mm bicone you're coming out of over to the next 3mm bicone. Alright, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that all the way around. When I'll come back in time to show you, if you don't know how to step up, we'll step up together, and we'll continue from there. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we're building ourselves a little frame to capture our cabochon or fancy stone, and for the sake of you guys being able to see what I'm doing, I brought out some 2mm black spinel. I've used 2mm pearls on these in this, not in the second row of peyote. We just finished the first. It would be this row that I used them in. But I'm going to go ahead and use these 2mm. You can use those, or you can just go ahead and use your 11-0s, which that's what I used, and both of these was just the 11-0s, and then the last row was 15-0s. But we're going to step up right now, and to step up, we're coming out of this bicone, our last bicone, okay, and all stepping up is hopping up into the next row, you know, that row we just completed. So we go a needle through the sticking up 11-0 that's right above that bicone that we're coming out of. Okay, and then we're going to be picking up our 11-0s or our 2mm, and we're going to be going into the next sticking up 11-0. These holes are hard to see in these. So pick up a 2mm or 11-0 and jump into the next sticking up 11-0 and pull. Make sure that your string is not caught around your beads. I've already gotten a string caught, and it was too long ago that I can't fix it now, so I'm going to have to end up taking this apart and redoing it if I want to keep it. Alright, pick up a 11-0 or 2mm and jump into the next sticking up 11-0 and pull. Pick up the next 11-0 or 2mm and jump into the next. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. We're going into the next, sticking up 11-0. and pull. Yeah, make sure your beads all go in place. If they're not in place, put them there. And one more together. Pick up a 2mm or 11/0 and jump over into the next, sticking up. This one got twisted. Where's it at? They might go to the bottom. If you can't find them, they might be flipped around to the bottom or around behind. Go into that next, sticking out 11/0 and pull. And see what we're doing. We're building the frame up around. That's going to capture the front of our stone. Alright, continue to do that same thing all the way around, and when we get up to the last bead, I'll come back and we'll step up together and we'll put on our last row of 15, our first row of 15/0s, but our last row of peyote on the front of the bezel. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. So we are in this row. We're going through that last sticking out 11/0. You see that? And we're putting on our last second row of our last bead on the second row. So we're going in through that last 11/0, and we're just going to jump right up into that next row. Get ready for that next row. Through that first bead of the last row that we just put on. If I can find the hole, these things are so tiny. You can just do it in one step, if maybe. Well, I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to go through that last 11/0 and pull and make sure my bead goes in the right place. And then I'm going to find the hole and step up. It's kind of tight. Through that first bead of the next row and pull. And we're ready for the next row, the row of 15s. Oh, I just got my tail. Here we go. All right. So we're ready for the last row of 15s. I hope this may be a hard row here for me because of these 2mm gemstones. The black spinel are, and I've got a size 10 beading needle. So anyway, so let's pick up a 15/0 and jump from that bead, where we're coming out. That, in my case, it's a 2mm, to the next 2mm or 11/0, whatever you're using, and pull. And this is a row that I want you to pull pretty tight. This is the row that's going to be the face, around the face of your gemstone to hold it in. Alright, pick up another 15/0 and jump into that next 2mm, or 11/0, whichever you're using, and pull and tug, giving it a good tug. Alright, pick up a 15/0, go through the next 2mm, and pull, and give it a nice little tug. It should be pulling down to where it's going to be tight around your stone. Alright, pick up a 15/0, and go through that next sticking out 2mm, or 11/0, and give it a tug. Pick up a 15/0, go through that next sticking out 11/0 or 2mm, pull, make sure your beads were not wrapped around any of these back here. That's what happened to me. And see, this is it's not going to be exactly right because of it. It's too late to fix it. Okay, give it a good tug, and pick up a 15/0, go through the next sticking out 2mm or 11/0, pull. I'm going to back up a little bit. I have no room. Okay, pick up a 15/0, go through the next sticking out 2mm or 11/0, pull. Make sure it's where you want it to be. It's not wrapped around. This one. And give it a good tug. Pick up a 15/0. Jump over into that next 2mm or 11/0. And pull. Give it a good tug. Alright. Finish that row, and I'll come back and I'll show you what's next. Hey, we're back, and we had just put on the last row, the third row of peyote together, one row of 15s, and usually that's enough, but when you take your, no, Mia, I'm sorry, that's my cat. When you take your beadwork, your bezel, and you lay it at the top of your stone, you can tell whether it's going to hold it in or not. So I did that, and since I added the bigger beads, it didn't cinch down tight enough, so it was too big for my stone. So I went ahead and added another row of 15s. If you use a bigger bead, you might have to add, another row of 15s. That's 2 rows of 15s total. So that's where we're at. Okay, so make sure your front of your bezel is going to capture your stone, whatever stone you're going to use. Okay? All right, and then once that's complete, we need to work our way work our way up to the very top here, the very top of those right angle weaves on the edges of the bezel. We need to be coming out of one of those 11 O's at the very top. So let me zoom in. That's really close. I don't know. All right. And we are coming out of a 15-0. We're just going to work our way up to the top, to the edges of the bezel. Working our way through our thread path as to not be able to see this, the string or the line. Like I said, I got a string caught on these outside edges way early, too early to fix it. So now my bezel just does not look, perfect. It doesn't look right. So I'll end up having to do it over again. And a bead broke. I had to add a bead. So that's all kinds of stuff that you're gonna go through. All right, so we are working our way. Coming out of. Let's see, we need to go through. It's 11 out. Ouch. I like these John James beading needles because they're strong. They don't bend as easy. They don't really bend, but they do break if you put too much pressure on them. It's the only thing. A lot of people don't like them, but I like them. I like to use them. Let's see. We're coming out of there. Go through that 11-0. See that string. Now we can work our way. Let's see. I'm going to try to come and go through this the bottom bead of this right angle weave unit. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go up through. All right, we've worked our way to the top. Now flip it around to the back. And we're going to add some 15 O's in between these very tippy top 11 O's of the right angle weave units. Okay, so jump over to this next top 11 and pull. Pick up an 11, jump over to this next top 11 and pull. Pick up a 15. Am I saying 11 O's? I mean 15. Jump over to the next 11 and pull. Pick up a 15. Jump over to the next 11 and pull. You don't have to pull hard. Pick up an 11 or 15, jump over to the 11 and pull. Pick up a 15, jump over to the next 11. Nah, I hate trying to do this backward. And pull. Pick up a 15, jump over. That's my needle. Jump over to this next 11. Pull. Pick up a 15. Jump over to the next 11. Pull. Pick up a 15. Jump over to this next 11 and pull. Pick up a 15. Go through the next 11. I think this is one that's messed up, maybe. Pull. Pick up a 15. Just one. Go to the next 11. And pull. Oops, did I miss one? Yes, I think I did. Without missing any. I did say the next. Top 11. See, right there's my mistake, and it sticks out too. Right there. See that bead sticking up? That's my mistake right there. I got caught, a string caught. And too late to realize, I'm gonna have to take it out. But for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna finish. So jump over to the very next top 11 and pull. Pick up a 15. Go over to the next 11. Pull. Pick up a 15. Jump over to the next. All right. Make sure you get through the top and not the side of the unit, of the last unit. and pull. What the heck is that? I might have skipped one. No, I didn't skip one. What was that? Anyway, make sure you're in the right bead. And I jumped over into that next 1502. And, oh, I'm not even in pull. And now we have a little, like a little cradle. A little. Now, don't pull tight yet, but, you know, straighten it out. Make sure it's right in the way you want it. And then put your stone in. Make sure it's even and in there the way you want it before you pull tight. Right? Pull tight. Now you're going to have to go around these top beads, the thread path that you just went through with going through the 15-ohs. Actually, yeah, you're just going to go into the last row of 15-ohs. Try to hold the stone in there while you do it. And the more you go around this, the better it'll be. The tighter it'll be, the better it'll hold your stone in, the better it'll look. You have to pull too. Keep pulling it tight. Like I said, just go through the 15-ohs. And the more you go through, the better it'll look, the more secure it'll be. Okay, now after you have reinforced, I'm not going to go around and around. I'm just going to go around once because I got to take this apart anyway. But once you get it reinforced, you're going to go around and you're going to have to tie half-hitch knots, and that is just grabbing a thread bridge. And see, go under. I wasn't on camera. You go under a thread bridge, pull your thread up, there's a little loop. Stick your needle up through that loop and pull tight, and it'll go down. Make sure it goes down in between the beads, and then when you go through the next bead, it should pull that little knot, suck it up in it. It should suck it up into the bead you go through, and you won't be able to see it. Okay, and then you just do it again. Grab a thread bridge, pull the string, go up through, needle up through your loop, pull it tight in through the beads, and then go down through the next bead and do it again and again. And then you're going to have to do the same for your tail thread. Sew it in. That way it's nice and secure, and your bezel doesn't come undone. And there it is. There you go. It's a fast and easy little bezel, and it will capture a rectangular stone or an oval fancy stone. And I'm sure you could adjust the bead number accordingly to the size of your stone. It takes 14 total 3mm for the 13 by 18. This is the 13 by 18 millimeter oval and rectangular fancy stones. And I've done cabochons also, and it works for them also. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot more coming up. I've got a lot more time now. A lot less work and more time to work on my channel and my videos and my website. And make sure you go to michellesjewelrybox.store and check out the things I make. And if you want to buy them, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, come back and be looking for subscribe, so that way you can get notified of all my videos, new videos, new material, because we're going to be doing a whole lot more once I get subscribers. And also, to the 10 subscribers I already have, I am so happy you're here. Tickled pink. So if you want to comment, if you got, there's something you want to see, if there's something you want to say, if there's something that you like, that you really like, that you just want to comment on, or you don't like that you want to comment on, comment down in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I see it. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.